I mean, it's kind of getting there, isn't it? It's starting to look like a thing, which I appreciate, because it didn't really look like much. I've been doing some building off camera, and this is what it's looking like. Hello and welcome. So it's slow going. It's slow going. But I'm going to do the rest of this building off camera. You don't really need to see it. I've been doing some stuff. I got rid of the mystical agriculture setup here because, oh my god, lag. I would really like... What's on fire? What's on fire? Oh, this makes noise now. Crickly crackly. So, embers. I did it all. Like, literally, all of it. Stupid thing. Don't have my quest book. So, embers. I believe it was gamma. Yeah, everything. Completed it all the way up to alchemy. Did the alchemy setup. This is the setup to get the twinkling ding-dongs. What were they called? Maybe not twinkling ding-dongs. What was it? It's whatever I needed for Lordcraft. Oh, sorry, not Lordcraft. The other one. This thing. Twilight Forest. Glimmer Crystal. Everything I needed for Glimmer Crystal in here. Turns out you needed 79 ash, if you're interested. Yeah, so I've got my Glimmer Crystal. I only need one of them. So, got all the aspects... I haven't been able to say that since Modern Skyblock 2. Got all the aspectuses done. They were easy. It's just two ingots poured onto a thingy crystal. But yeah, all of this actually went really quickly. It didn't take too long. So I've got this is my cinder plinth that makes ash for me. I've got my aspectus for the exchange tablet. This is my stamper. This is where I put the dawnstone. This is my cannon. This is my weird setup. The way that I've got it set it up. So this is pressure refinery. How are we looking? Beautiful. I'll take you and you because you clog up the system, which you've potentially done already. But I don't think so. Hey, I'm just underneath the thing here. This launches into here. This then launches over here and fills this up, which is full. This goes into here, fills this, and then here, and then here. So basically, this is my central copper cell full of ember. And then once this fills up, this one fills up. Once this fills up, this fills up. Once this fills up, this one fills up all the way down to the back. So I have plenty of redundancy. Each one of these holds 24,000 ember, I think. Yep, 24,000 ember. And so basically I've got ember out the wazoo. What I did realise, actually, there's an addition to ember, and it doesn't look like... What are you? You're a whole heap of stuff. So there's a whole heap of additional stuff to ember, which is not, as far as I can tell, not in any of the quest books. I can't find it. I'm sure I'll probably need to get into it in order to do the end game items, I think. But I haven't been able to find it yet, and I can't remember the name of it. But, yeah. So, got through all of that. I didn't want to do it on camera. Embers is a cool looking mod. I like the idea, but I find it really boring, unfortunately. So, yeah, I've got my Ember Bore set up. I'm using Ender Chests. They are basically lag-free wireless transfer. So, that works very well for me. Here we go. It's called Soot. Soot is the name of the addition mod to Embers, and it does a whole heap of things, but unfortunately I've got no idea what any of it does because I don't have... I've never heard of it before, and it doesn't appear to have a book that helps, but it's got some wrought iron stuff, which... Iron plates, gives you 16 wrought iron. It looks like it would be a cool little texture to play with. And actually gives me an idea for a build, which is good. Sulfur ore, embers ore, I don't know what it does. I'm not even going to look, but it exists. I've kind of just started recording, and I haven't planned out what I want to do today. I know what we were going to do is go through Lordcraft, actually. So, thankfully, I just had to make the Glimmer Crystal. The Glimmer Crystal has unlocked all of Lordcraft. So, that unlocks this. I'm not going through the Twilight Forest on camera. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. What we want to do is get our way through Lordcraft, right? The ore can be found in the Twilight Forest, which, of course, entirely depends on whether or not you're playing in this lovely world or as a skyblock. So Lordcraft seems to be a lot about research. And to do research, we need to get inscription tiles. So how do we make these? Chiseled stone and sandstone. So stone and sandstone. Okay. Which is no problem whatsoever. All right. That should do me for now. Done? Done quest? Ding! More racks. I need to figure out what to do with my racks. Okay, so now we need the inscriber. Used to research through Lordcraft. May learn more in the Lordcraft knowledge book. Arcane inscriber. Inscriber? Inscriber? Is that what it was called? Oh, there it is. Arcane inscriber. Of course, need to make crafting table. Boop, boop, and boop, and a boop. Arcane inscriber. So, let's just set up a little bit of a Lordcraft spot over here. Aha. Okay, so I think I've kind of looked at this before. I believe these tiles are used. Let's have a look at the Book of Knowledge. All right, the mod concept. It's to do with stuff. Researching. So researching is done by first selecting the research section of this book. Doing so will open the research tree. To do a research. Let's go do a research. You'll first need inscription tiles in your inventory. A research will request you to enter various glyphs by connecting the various dots together. The glyphs to draw can be seen using JEI or by using an arcane inscriber. Once a letter is typed in for the first time, you'll be able to shortcut the letter by clicking on it on the right or by typing the letter on your keyboard. A single inscription tile is used up per glyph entered. Recipes that require research must be crafted using an arcane... Hang on, what? Can't read anymore. I'm not allowed to. Okay, so these are all the glyphs. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Aha. So there is a pattern to them all. All right, so if I click research, this is what we get. Now, let's... we go to obtainable. Water? Well, it's obtainable, so it wants us to... This is confusing. Okay, so we draw that, like that, is that right? And then, like, oh. And then like that. Does that give us a thing? Draw A. One inscription tile. Oh, okay. So A is just... like that. Oh, I've got no inscription tiles there, sorry, because I put them all in there. Right. I think this is how we do it. Draw a inscription tile. Do we? And then force completion with 4 imbued inscription tiles. So A is just a line. And a line? Or maybe A is just a line. Okay, draw Q. See, this is what I find a bit strange. I've seen other people do this on their Q. There it is. So it's a line with 2 at the top, 3 at the bottom. So line, 2 at the top. 2 at the top, 3 at the bottom. So does that not connect to that line? Do we have to go to this one? Like this? Because... okay. I hate these freaking feral ghouls. Supposed to do 2 at the top. Is that it? That wasn't a Q. How do then? How do? I draw P instead. What? Oh, because it's 2 and 4. It's 2 and 4. Like, it's very strange because, I don't know. Is this entertainment? Are you not entertained? It looks like a 3 and a 2. 1, 2, and 3, and then a 2 are down the bottom. And then it wants me to do an A again, which is a straight line, and then boop. Hey! Water tile. You have chosen to attune my own aura to the element of water. I feel my aura changing. Just like the shifting tides, with more study, I hope to unlock some greater purpose in my power. Right. So passive skills. Gives it... Oh. Right click to toggle. Alright, so that gives me a damp crystal. Arcane crafting. So we need an arcane crafter, is that correct? Mana infused dust. Yes, Lord's workbench. Arcane workbench. Right, now we're getting somewhere. So arcane. Arcane spell. Arcane workbench. Arcane forge? Oh, here we go. Arcane workbench. Book. So it's this, coupled with the book I've been reading. So does that mean we're doing now everything on this workbench? Oh, the book stays. Wunderbar. Love the song. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm yourself. I'm already getting some block lag, which is a little bit upsetting, because I actually think that's due to all the chisel bits in this area. Oh dear. Okay, so I believe it was crystals and a water bucket. Research water, damp crystals. Redstone in the middle. These around the outside. Let's take 5, because I have no idea how much I'm going to need, because I don't know what I'm doing. Void interface. This is used to store magic you gathered by right-clicking your appropriate crystal to it. May learn more in the Lordcraft knowledge book. Okay. So, mana system. The mana system works by use of a block known as the void interface. This block allows you to interact with your mana pool to increase your mana capacity, to place an elemental siphon into it, and then fill it. And then to fill it, insert an elemental crystal. The mana is actually split up between each element, so you will need to siphon and you need the siphon and respective crystals for the element of your choice. Mana can be checked on the go using the void eye. Even if the interface is destroyed, your mana will not be lost. Okay. I think I get it. So, a void interface. Bosh, bish, beat. And kabloop. Kablamo. Water siphon required. Specifically a water siphon. Or can we put any kind of siphon? Ah. So there's any kind of siphon and arcane crafting. We need glass, iron, and damp crystal. Glass. Iron. Alright, so we can So it's the only one we can make so far. And I'm pretty sure I've probably got this around the wrong way. Yes. Water siphon. Right, so... Oh. Oh, interesting. Okay, so does this mean that I can now feed it water mana? 1,000 water mana. Okay. So I feed it the crystal to give it the mana. I getcha. I getcha. Alright, and then a runestone crafter. May learn more in the book. Look at that. Memory eliminator. Items that are used to reset your progress. This has been useful for my bug testing. Okay. Thanks for whatevering. The arcane forge is a block that can be used to craft more advanced materials. To use the forge, place the ingredients into the 2 upper left slots. Then to activate the forge, press the button on the right. If you have enough mana, you can change the type that we'll try to use. The craft will commence. The forge also comes with an integrated furnace. This is slow but uses no fuel to power it. The advanced arcane forge is similar to the normal ones. However, both types of processing are about 2 times the speed. The forge will auto-cycle its craft, assuming you have sufficient mana and there enough blah, 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 blahs. Okay, then transmutation. So here by right-clicking it, you must place it into a transmutation table. The interface allows you to insert items to the research on the left, and the list of research items will appear on the right. Items can be researched up to 10 times, and the more times it is done, the more efficient the conversions will be. High-value items can fail research. The Lordic altar is used to perform transmutation. I'm very confused. So clearly, there's some good stuff we can do here. Passive skills, so we can get accurate affinity feeding. Food regenerates to the players in water or rain, which is cool. Healing, water force. So I wonder if we can get all of these. Vortex, step assist, steady. It's weird that mods still have step assist, considering like we already have like automatic step or like, you know, block jumping. Held items slowly repair, which would be good. Magnetic, not a terrible one. Overgrow? Randomly bone meal items, good. Repulse, I don't really care too much about these. Maybe these ones, so vision, night vision when in water. So these are all very watery, but this is interesting. Okay, what actually do we have to do in this? So it's all of the crystals. And then the Lord's Forge. Old Lord's Forge. Well, I've just been researching for the last kind of 10 minutes or so, and look, I applaud mods that do things just a little bit differently, but oh my god, that is not enjoyable. Okay, I'll show you the loop. You've just seen it in super fast mode, but let me just show you. Where are you? I know that you're here. I saw you. You were climbing around, you little butt munch. I mean, literally, the thing is with this is once you get to a certain amount here, so if I want to do this, it's just an F. So you go and click on F, and then you click that, and then you go to O, and you click on O, and then you click that, and then you go to C, and then you click C, and then it's U. So it's going to make the word focus, and then you look for the S, which is up here somewhere, and you click that, ooh, focusing maybe, and then you find the I, and then that, then it's an N, so you do an N, and then it's a G, and then you do a G, and then it's done. And that's your research. So obviously that unlocks things for you, which is cool. Like, I like the fact that there is a way of kind of working your way through this. I'm just not sure. So Thelos I'm intrigued by. Thelos sounds like it might be like a place, and I'd like to go and see that. So I'm probably going to have to do some research and just work my way through this. My only question is, how do I get the crystals? So at Lord, simple crystals, is there a way to easily make them? Because I don't want to go mining for them. If I have to go mining for them, I'm afraid that's really going to put the... So simple crystal can be made with redstone and a diamond in an arcane forge. So if I get... Interesting. So, did I make a forge? Is this a forge or your forge? You're a workbench, inscriber, and interface. Alright, so I need arcane forge, which we can actually just make this, which takes a mana infused ingot, which needs the forge in the first place. So we need lava, furnace, iron. So we've got a bucket, and I'll just steal a bucket of this, and iron, and a furnace. A furnicular device. And then we come over here, and in the workbench, we can do the forge. Arcane forge, boosh, boosh, and boosh. And so we can put that down, and then in here, well, how do we make... Advanced Arcane Forge takes this, which is mana infused ingot and mana infused shard. The shard is 2 dust. So we can do that. And click that. And then it does its thing. Right. So, question. Well, actually, not a question. If I do this, I'm just going to require mana. But then... Oh, now this feels weird. Okay. So that creates a mana infused shard. So if I do this and this... Where's the other way? Ooh. Recipe for the simple crystal. Arcane Forge. Crystallization research. Diamond and redstone makes 8 simple crystals. Right. Except it doesn't. Because it makes nothing. Or is it because we have no mana? This is what I wanted to check. So if I do Bosch, it still doesn't work. So I'm curious. Oh, okay. It just doesn't tell us what it's going to turn into. Right. So if I do this, it should give me 8 simple crystals, right? Beautiful. So it's 8 simple crystals. And can I use these simple crystals as mana? No. So that's only got a water siphon in it, which means I can only make water crystals. Okay, you're doing weird things, and I don't like it. So what I'll need is water. I'm going to Endeavour. No, that requires water to... Yeah. Okay, hang on. Give me un secondo. Right. No point who's farting about the place. Let's just make that. So I'll make some damp crystals. And then one thing I wanted to check, because I need to mass produce crystals here. So if we take these damp crystals, we hopper you. Put you here. And I want a hopper. Ooh. No, I can't. I need to right click into it manually. Do that. And then do that. Okay. So how do we put stuff in there? No! Cold! Okay. That was really unexpected. I just did the Thelos thing and I exploded. So I have no idea what that does still. I want to know, is there like a link to Ascension Matrix? Whoa. Drench crystals, complex crystals, two simple crystals. Well, that's easy. That's easy peasy. Void Forge. Takes pure crystals. There's all of the crystals with some voids. Interesting. So I wonder if that's Lordic Summoner. Something sounds different. Oh, there's a zombie villager here. Hey, zombie villager. I'd like you to stay alive. I wonder if in this mod pack I can make name tags. I can with mana infusion. Okay, just needed to know that. Right. So, I'm a bit curious, right? So, I'm working my way through here, and I've finally unlocked all of the other crystal types. Now, there's part of me that just wants to sit here and hack all of this out. Interesting looking thing. Kind of hack all of these out, because it's not hard. It doesn't take much time. It does take time, but that's all it takes. So what do we got here? Advanced Lord's Workbench, all of that. Mana Infused Ingot. Runestone Crafter, all of the crystals. Ascension Matrix. I wish I could find out what that actually means. Okay, so the next thing is a Lord's Forge, the Arcane Forge. That's a real shame. Because I'm going to have to do that thing again, where I give myself that quest. I can't remember what button it is that tells me... Oh, I've just accepted all those. Good. Bums. Okay. Well, what do we do? What do we do with this Lordcraft? Because I don't know... That's some weird noises. So, I've had a look into Lordcraft. I'm really sorry, Cobbs. Cobbs is the name of the guy that made it, but it just seems really dull. So, I looked up this Ascension Matrix, which is like right at the tail end of this quest line. This takes you to a world where you can like raise these lords, right? And then they give you quests. And the example of one of the quests was to kill 5 zombies. And at that point, I was just like, I'm not sure this is worth it. And then the Void Crystal allows you to like store mana. I don't know. If it had some cool place that we could go to and, you know, I don't know. It does not seem to be my vibe at all. There just doesn't seem enough to do. And the rewards are not good enough for me to continue on because it's just a little bit dull. So I'm really sorry, Cobb. But for now, Lordcraft is going bye-bye. We cracked into it a little bit. I'd look through all the creative items that we need to make at the end of this mod pack, and none of them look like they required anything from Lordcraft. So, soz, but they're going. So what I thought we might do, because that was kind of, that was kind of my plan for the episode. But what I thought we might do instead is we need to go get some chunks. We need to go get some chunks from a mystical agriculture farm, so I can farm up some stuff. So I thought, let's go to the Nether. Let's hack up some creatures with this Solian dagger. We'll get some chunks, and at least that way, at the end of this episode, we can make some mystical agriculture seeds for all of the various mobs, which is probably something very necessary. I was thinking about it, actually, because mystical agriculture was kind of a thing for, well, actually, I was going to say it was my thing in modern Skyblock, but it really wasn't, was it? Because I mostly got everything from a void ore miner. So I'm wondering if I do mystical agriculture. Part of me was thinking I might use the thingy-genic insulator. This may take actually ages to load. I didn't think about that because I had to refresh the Nether because it crashed my game not that long ago. The phytogenic insulator, I think, would be a good way to go, I reckon, in order to grow all of my mystical agriculture seeds. As expected, that took forever. Honestly, about 5 minutes, I think. I know, zombie pigmen, demon sheep. I wonder, actually, you are freaky sounding. I wonder if the demon sheep gives me sheep essence. Yeah, come on, pigmen. You don't scare me. I am invincible. I'm Boris. What do I get? Great, nothing. That's just stupid. I wonder if I can even... Chicken? I mean, the demon chicken... So loud. Will you give me chicken chunks is my question. Now I'm on fire. Chicken chunks? Interesting. I wonder if there is even some zombie pigmen seeds. Zombie seeds? No. There's zombie seeds, but not zombie pigman seeds. I know I can make blaze seeds, but I have no idea where a blaze is. Or blazes might be. In fact, there's hardly anything even spawning in here. This place used to be rammed, packed full of things. And now I want them, and you're like, nah, not today. And you. Wow, this must be so dark for you guys. Hang on. Am I on? There we go. Let's just do this. I just wanted to see. Alright. No, and no. Here we go. No. Thank you. Can I get a blaze chunk? Well, actually, my further question is, do I need a blaze chunk? Because I bet you it just takes blaze rods, right? Blaze seeds. No, it does take a blaze chunk, which I make with a tier 4 mob chunk. Oh, I just remembered. I only need zombies. Because you just make the chunks from zombie chunks. Such a ding-dong. Alright. Well, this episode's been a weird one. We've had Lordcraft, we've had me stuffing up this whole thing. We've had me not being able to find his way out of the Nether. I don't know. Personally, I think we're done. No, not just with the series, just with YouTube in general. I'm done. I can't play anymore. This is stupid. I'm an idiot. Okay. After this weird shambles of an episode, I think we're going to end it there. Weird one, but we realised that Lordcraft is not really for us. Next episode? Not really sure. I actually think next episode... I want to look into RF tools, which was where... I'd actually like to get through all of these as well. Get some better power generation than what I've got. But I want to get into RF tools, which has got to be in here somewhere. I'll check it out. But RF tools, because I want to make my way through RF tools. and get ourselves the... Not really... I don't need any of that, actually. It's not even a quest by the looks of it. To get ourselves at RF tools, I want to make a builder. The builder, which is... Right here. Builder. Simple machine frame. Takes Morganite ingots because I'm playing Titan mode. But yes, the builder will basically allow us to feed it stuff, and it will make these buildings for us. So we can make big cubes. I quite like the shape of this building. I'm gonna keep it and just raise this up as well. I think for some of these, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'll keep the shape. So for this one, this was entirely new. I built this one bigger. I need to knock this one down in the middle, but I'm going to see if I can follow the same thing. I need to get some inspo. I've got some cool pictures. I've got a cool idea for some ones, but I think, see, it's tricky. Infrastructure. I need infrastructure, which is what I don't have. So I need power. So imagine if I could fill this full of solar generators. That would be really nice. Maybe solar generators, lunar generators. And we need to set up our mystical agriculture farm in a way that is not going to destroy my frame rate whenever it comes on or wherever I go near it. Could set it up in a void world. Not a terrible idea. Until next time. I've forgotten what I was going to say. But thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of Cream Puff Plays Project Ozone 3. Hey, bye.